So, why have a list? When I first started Slimming World, it was all so new. I didn't know where to start, what I would need and what to invest in. By putting together a list, I thought this would help others to feel prepared. None of this is essential, and you will probably find that you have most of this already to hand. It's a long list, and I suppose there will be lots of other items I haven't included, but from my experience so far, these have been really handy. You can obviously follow in Slimming World without any of these, but to me, they do make a difference. Food containers, handy for prepping meals, making up snack pots, packed lunches and keeping food fresh and ready to snack on. Being organised as much as possible makes such a difference when doing Slimming World, and the results you will find on the weeks you are really organised will be your best ones. Being able to open the fridge door and find a healthy snack in a hurry can save you from reaching into the biscuit tin instead. Prepping for lunch the next day, the night before, means there are no excuses. You are prepared for the day ahead. Slow cookers. There's so many meals that can be prepped the night before and added to the slow cooker in the morning. Great when working all day or busy doing other things. Most recipes for the slow cooker can be adapted to make them low sin. Even some jar sauces are not that high in sins, especially when divided by 4, for example. Slimming World have their own sauces that you can keep in the freezer. For a quick sauce, if you take this out the freezer the night before, prep your veg and meat, it's just a case of putting it all in the slow cooker in the morning. There's nothing better than knowing that your meal is going to be waiting for you at the end of a busy day, whatever you have been doing. It can also free up your time prior to your evening meal, one of my biggest times of weakness when I'm hungry and still have to cook. You can steer clear of the kitchen for longer. A steamer. A healthy way to cook your vegetables, can also be used to cook fish and rice too. Food chopper or dicer. With Slimming World there's a lot of preparing vegetables and fruit, so this is a really handy time-saving device. I have tried many of these, some with better results than others. Find one that works best for you. There is a massive variety out there in the market. Spices and herbs. Any meal can be jazzed up with spices and herbs, and a lot of these are sin-free. Always best to check though. Food never needs to be bland. Slimming World has so many different recipes on their website, along with other sites which also showcase low-calorie and low-sin meals. Often to make food more tasty and to make up for less oils, etc., herbs and spices are a great way of making food more exciting. A soup maker, so easy and quick to use. Good way of using up leftover vegetables. Frozen vegetables are a great low-cost ingredient and there is no waste. Speedy vegetable soup can be the easiest way to get more speed food into your diet. Freezer bags, handy for freezing leftover food. Many of the recipes are for families of 4. If not everyone is going to eat it, you can save a portion for another day. They're also handy for portion control for bagging up fruit, i.e. grapes, so easy to overeat these without realising how many you've eaten. Food can also stay fresher for longer. Recipes, books and online. There is an abundance of recipe books out there to choose from. It's easy to work out sin values for many recipes, especially for the healthier versions. I use several cookery books that I use time and time again, a lifesaver when you just need a bit of inspiration. An egg cooker, handy device when you don't have time to watch over the pan, perfect results every time. Drinks bottles, keep on track with how much water or juice you are drinking and great for on the go. A food diary. This doesn't need to be an official Slimming World one, but these are excellent, especially for tracking how much speed food you are eating. Writing everything down shows you how much speed food you are eating and it's easier to keep track. You can compare one week to the next, especially if you have had a great weight loss one week. You can look back and see what you have eaten all that week. It's so easy to forget how many sins you've eaten in a day, and counting at the end of the day, you can underestimate how many you've eaten, which can compromise your weight loss. Non-stick pans and frying pans, particularly helpful to ensure you use less oil. Personally, I don't use Fryolite, it's ruined so many of my pans. I use spray oil instead and sin this. However, with good quality non-stick pans you need very little and the washing up is so much easier. Measuring spoons, jugs and scales. The joy of Slimming World is that for the majority of foods you don't need to measure, but when it comes to healthy extra A's, B's or your sins, it's important to weigh and measure these. Misjudging sins and healthy extra A's and B's will affect your weight loss. These need to be accurate and measuring is the only way to ensure you don't overeat your allowance of these. The Slimming World Sin Calculator. Really useful as part of Slimming World to ensure you don't go over on your sin allowance. However, not everything is on here, and for chocolate bars etc. with no free food within and you can't find them on the sin calculator, you can estimate 1 sin per 20 calories. Facebook Slimming World friendly sites. A brilliant way to get inspiration and to share recipes and achievements. There are some amazing sites out there which are friendly and really helpful in giving you tips and advice. Helpful too when you really feel you are getting nowhere fast. It sometimes is enough to give you the push you need to carry on. The Slimming World magazine and website. Latest low sin snacks are shared in these. There are also motivational stories about amazing weight loss journeys which inspire and give you the inspiration to reach your own goals. So lastly, but most importantly, have faith in yourself. This is your own personal journey to a healthier way of life. Everyone's journey is different, however large or small. You need to have inner strength to make it happen and you will reap the benefits.